Today we're going to talk about striped marlin, also known as the Kajikia audax. The striped marlin is an Indo-Pacific billfish known for its vibrant stripes and very acrobatic behavior after being captured. They prefer to hunt in the top 100 feet of the water, which makes them an epipelagic predator. They hunt sardines, ballyhoo, a variety of baitfish, and squid. They like to hunt primarily in water temperatures ranging from 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, and they get on average to about 9.5 feet, and they can weigh about 125 to 150 pounds. Now, they can grow much larger. They've been captured and killed over 14 foot and over 450 pounds, but here in Cabo, due to excessive pressure, they don't get much larger or heavier than about 150 pounds and 9.5 feet. Although recently, in the past couple years at Mar Vita, we've caught a couple over 10 foot and a couple over, weighing in over 200 pounds. Striped marlin can easily be identified by their dorsal fin, which is equal to their body depth, their bright stripes, and their tail, which is twice their body depth. Now, these fish live about 10 years on average. Males mature sexually quicker, like 3 to 5 years, but the females mature a little bit slower, and that's like 4 to 7 years in terms of their maturity. Their breeding cycle only happens every couple of years, and they don't spawn a ton of eggs, which is one of the reasons why we need to do more to conserve them. We love them. They're fun to catch. They're great to see. They're just a beautiful, majestic creature. But we will also be talking about the larger ones here shortly. The great giants, the titans, the blue and black marlins. They grow up to be much larger. Their dorsal fins are only half their body depth, and their coloration slightly different. But there's much more to talk about, and we will talk about that on a future episode. Until then, let's continue to go out there, enjoy this beautiful species, catch them, release them, enjoy them another day, enjoy them for generations to come. Welcome to the Cabo Fishing Podcast, brought to you by Rancho del Pescador and Mar Vita. We're here to bring you the best insider tips, tricks, and tales from the deep blue of Cabo. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into Cabo Fishing Podcast by Mar Vita. Hey everybody, Toby from Mar Vita, sitting here at the porch on the Cabo San Lucas Marina. And just wanted to take a few moments to talk to you about tournament fishing here in Cabo San Lucas. Now, a lot of people come here, they have their own boats, and they engage in the tournaments with their own boats. But a lot of people, since Cabo's so far away, we're 1,000 miles away from places like San Diego, and it takes a lot to get boats here if you're shipping it from the East Coast or Hawaii or wherever. A lot of people use charter boats to compete in these big dollar tournaments. We are a charter company, Mar Vita Sport Fishing, that do have boats available for these tournaments. And just want to kind of talk a little bit about what that actually means. So, one, you're getting a boat that's in good condition. You're getting a boat that's legal, that has all the appropriate government paperwork, importation, taxes paid, licensing, to be fishing on the waters here. And it's important that you have all that stuff. It's required to provide it at the tournament. And the other thing you're getting is a little bit of home field advantage, right? So you're getting a crew, an English-speaking crew that have fished here for over 20 years. Every single one of our captains are longtime fishermen here in Cabo San Lucas, all of which that have competed and participated, and some have won the very tournaments that you're looking to enter into. So you're getting a great home field advantage, you're getting a great boat, everything right. But there's a big difference between a charter day and a tournament day. And what are those differences? Well, one, let's talk about equipment. The equipment's different. We're bringing out bigger and better tackle, right? So it's a larger rod, larger reels, larger lines. All line on every reel has been restrung just for that tournament. Every knot is fresh, checked, and secured. The reels have all been serviced, and the drag has been appropriately set and measured and marked so that there's great communication between the captain and the angler so that the fish fight is as technical and as accurate as possible. Now, with that big change in gear, that's, a big swing in money, all right? So, that's one of the reasons why fishing in a tournament costs more than a regular charter day. In addition, larger lure selection, larger bait selection, and, of course, the simplest of reasons why it costs more, it's a longer day on the water, also involving a shotgun start. So there's a larger fuel consumption and a longer fuel consumption. Instead of fishing for 8 hours, we're actually on the water 10 to 12 hours. So it's a much longer day, larger fuel consumption with high value fuel consumption coming out of the shotgun start, as well as when you catch that big fish, you got to get to the scales on time. You got to throttle up and get back in time to get that fish weighed, measured, and adjudicated at the scales. So these are the reasons why a tournament day costs more than a typical charter day. Now, here at Marvita, we believe that you absolutely need to pre-fish. So we mandatorily request that on registration day of that tournament, you come in and at least fish a half day. And that's a great gear shakeout, right? You're getting used to the bigger reels, getting used to the bigger rods, making sure that you're comfortable in the chair, making sure that all the harnesses, the chairs, everything measured right. When you got the large fish on is not the time to figure out that your gear's not ready. So we like doing a good gear shakeout. We like making sure that everyone's comfortable. We have time to go with the captain, sit down with the charts, look at everything, look at projected forecasts, look at historical data, significant acts that have happened in the water that might lead to good intelligence to where the fish might be located or anything like that. Making sure everyone understands the electronics and just doing a really good walkthrough rehearsal of the tournament day, as well as being able to register, get all the gear, all the fun stuff, the fun swag that comes with that at time of registration. We then make sure that everything's good. We do the fishing days, and then afterwards, you get to take that last day, relax, and preferably go to a really delicious banquet set here in the beautiful Cabo San Lucas Marina and get a big, fat, Happy Gilmore style check for millions of dollars. That's the goal. That's why we do it, because sport fishing is the only way that just the average Joe can become a millionaire by fishing. So come on down, check out the tournaments here in Cabo San Lucas. We got some great ones. In the month of June, we have the Pelagic Triple Crown. Great fish tournament, well managed, exceptionally well run, different categories, live bait, as well as dead bait categories, different electronic categories to keep the playing field fair across all boat platforms. In the first week of August, we have the Bisbee East Cape, which is located in La Ribera, Los Barriles, Buena Vista area of the East Cape on the Gulf, Cia Cortez going towards the Gulf of California. Then in October, we have the Marlin Magazine Billfish, which is a great tournament. It's a 3-day tournament, a wonderful event put on by Marlin Magazine, where you see some of the most prestigious billfish fishermen, anglers, and teams in the world competing. Then break for a week and a bit. We have what's called the Los Cabos Offshore by Bisbee, affectionately known as the Little Bisbee. And that's a great tournament. It's a 3-day fishing tournament that encompasses all species. You can do yellowfin tuna, dorado, or mahi-mahi, as well as release divisions for billfish, as well as the largest fish. Great tournament, 3-day fishing. Fast forward another week, and we have what's affectionately known as the Big Bisbee, or the Bisbee Black and Blue. This tournament, 3-day fishing tournament, only black and blue marlin for the scales on the release division. Striped marlin, sailfish, black and blue marlin acceptable in the release division. But only black and blue coming to the scales. That's the big fish, that's the monsters, that's the dinosaurs, those are the fireworks, and those are the big checks. Last year, I believe it was almost $10 million in prize money. Really exciting 200 boats, so better than a scratch-off ticket in terms of odds. Skip that gas station scratch-off ticket, go to the airport, fly down to Cabo San Lucas, hire you a boat, and get in one of these tournaments. My favorite tournament, the funnest tournament of all, I think, is after that. It's the first week of November, and that is the Los Cabos Tuna Jackpot. And that's put on by Western Outdoor News. That's a phenomenal tournament. We love that tournament. In fact, Marvita's a longtime sponsor of that tournament. We love participating, and that's for yellowfin tuna, dorado, and wahoo. And we love going to the scales on that. Last year, I think we were the only company and boat within the marina to go to the scales both days in all divisions. So super excited about that. Love that tournament. There's also the Los Cabos Release Tournament. Dates to be determined on that, as well as the Los Cabos Tag'em Tournament. Dates to be released on that still. Great time to come down here. Great fishing. Find that dinosaur. Have that Hemingway moment. And let's make a couple $1 million. I want to make a couple $1 million. Do you? Come on down to Cabo. Let's try our luck. Let's get after it. Marvita Sport Fishing, Cabo San Lucas. Let's go win another tournament. Hey everybody, Toby from Marvita and the Cabo Fishing Podcast. We have been filming season 3 and we're continuing to film season 3. Be sure to tune into our YouTube channel, subscribe, like, hit that notification button, as well as, that's right, comment, send in your questions, your comments, so that we know how we're doing, what you're interested in learning about, and what we should be filming to help educate you and share our experiences here in Cabo San Lucas in the Baja California Sur. Finger guns. Welcome everybody. Special episode of the Cabo Fishing Podcast. As always, my main hermano, Izzy Radia. We're at Mercabo, and this is to launch his new channel, Cooking Cabo, on YouTube. You can find it also on the socials. But today, because I'm a terrible fisherman and I suck at fishing some days, all we got was this meager little piece of sea bass, or cabria. And so we're gonna do a little bit of cooking, and Izzy's gonna walk us through everything from start to finish. We're gonna make slaw, we're gonna make the beer batter, and then we're gonna cook it, and then we'll make sure, you rig it, you ride it. So Izzy, take it away, brother.
All right, my friend. Thank you again, Toby, for allowing us to be in this Cabo Fishing Podcast episode today. So live from Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, my dear friends, Mercabo, the Cabo Fishing Podcast. As Toby said, follow us please on social media, Marvita, Cooking Cabo. You will see the links down below once this episode is done. Today, guys, we're going to be doing a very traditional recipe from the Baja California Sur, which is a beer batter fish taco. The story goes that back in the days, 50s, 60s, something like that, the Mexican government, or the Mexican as a country, we didn't really have a very big fishing fleet. So we would allow the Japanese to come and fish on our shores, but they would have to leave 20% of whatever they caught on for the national domestic market. Apparently, they really knew how to do the tempura batter very well for back in the days themselves. They taught us how to make this batter, and now it's used as a traditional beer batter that is eaten very much in the traditional Baja Californian kitchens.
So common, it is called the Baja Fish Taco.
Pretty much. And just like my good friends, just like fried chicken goes well with coleslaw, well, fried shrimp, fried fish will go very well with coleslaw, and that's the reason why we're doing that today as well. Shall we get to it?
All right, put me to work.
Let's get to work. So my friends, first and foremost, we need a carrot for the slaw, a little bit of red or the regular cabbage as you wish. And also we're gonna be using a little bit of seasonings and dressings. The ones we're gonna be using today will be some
sugar,
azúcar, en español,
limón,
a little bit of mayo,
maize,
and last but not least, a little bit of salt, okay? It's very simple to make, it's nothing hard. The only difference that we make, and sometimes the people, for instance, I know you come from Texas, and I know it's eaten very much also with, the smoked meats, the brisket, the ribs. You guys sometimes tend to add, in the US, a little bit of vinegar.
Correct.
Which we don't. We add, instead of the vinegar, lime juice, and that's what makes it a little bit more citric and also, I guess, light and savory, okay?
But it has the same effect.
Pretty much, because we're talking acidity right here. All right? So we're gonna start off, guys, by scraping or using the cheese shredder.
This one right here?
That's right, my friend. And we're going to be doing a little bit of action.
Action!
That's right. Get down and dirty. With the carrots. Whether you like to have the regular, white cabbage or you want to have the red cabbage, it's a matter of taste. Doesn't really matter. It does not affect at all
We like
outcome.
the color though,
We
the
like
vibrancy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As you see right here on our table set, as you see behind me, as you see everywhere, we love colors in Mexico, and our food has to be represented by many colors as well. That's pretty good.
That's good.
That's pretty good. You guys can see we're making some progress right here, my friends. We have already our carrot ready, and now we're gonna get started with our slaw, with that cabbage, sorry.
And the same denominator, right?
Same. Ah! I like to do almost equal parts. If you want to do a 60-40 balance, it's up to you guys. But equal parts will do it as well. I think that's plenty, my brother.
All right.
Done. Bingo. We're making progress.
Bingo bango.
Now this right here, we're going to put it back into our bowl, stainless steel bowl, to work with it. And we're going to start to dress it up. My dear Toby, please add as much or as little you want of mayo. I would recommend you at this point maybe have a spoonful. This is a teaspoon. That'll do it. We're going to be adding also maybe about half an ounce or so of lime juice. Not a whole lot.
Or as we like to say, the beginning step to a margarita.
Pretty much. We're going to be adding a couple of pinches of sugar.
Because we're concerned about our waistlines.
Correct. And last but not least, like the famous guy, I'm not going to say names. That's right. Salt it up, baby boy. And now we're gently going to be mixing this together and making it homogeneous.
Gently.
With finesse. With caress. Like you do to your loved ones, to your children, to your wife, to your mama, to your papa. Marvelous. Yeah.
Look at the colors come out. Like, that's one of the things that, like, the culture here, it's so appreciated. Like, just the flags, right? The flags in the streets, like everything just adds just this brilliance. The bougainvillea plant, everywhere you see it, just pops in the desert. And we love that. And we're all about, like, looking good, feeling good.
Take a pinch, see if you like it.
All right, just to...
Yeah, as you wish. With the spoon, with your hand, as you wish. I'll use the little tongs.
Oh, it tastes good. The lemon really gives it that.
And we're not making big quantity. We're making very little. We're being very subtle with it. We're not adding too much. And now we're going to get down to the fish, okay?
All right.
To our fish, we're going to first season it again. And again, we're going to start by adding some crushed black pepper, my dear Toby. As much or as little as you want.
Say when.
I would say that's fine. We're going to be adding also a pinch of salt. By the way, insider tip. Lots of people think that we throw it from the top just because we want to look fancy, but that's not actually accurate. When you do it from down below, close to your food, you're not covering a big surface. Instead, you're just salting one corner of your dish. When you do it from up top, you're getting a bigger angle. We call salting the whole thing.
And we call this the ricochet effect, right? So we want to get more, it bounces in and around the thing. It makes it easier to do.
Last but not least, a little bit of garlic powder stuff.
And by garlic powder, he means garlic powder and stuff. Secret ingredient. No secrets. We have no secrets.
No secrets in here. By the way, you have to tell me, Toby, because you know more than me as far as fish is concerned. I've always guided myself when I go to the fish markets, when I speak to the local fishermen. When the fish is fresh, you can just look at the eyes. You don't even have to look at the gills. The eyes are vibrant. They're, colorful. They don't look dull. They don't look cloudy. That is how I know a fish is fresh. What if, Toby, the fish does no longer have a face and it's just a fillet? How do you know it's a fresh fillet?
So there are a couple things. One, smell, right? Like the odor is, more pungent.
Correct.
2, the firmness. You know, there's a difference in the firmness of the, you know, the fresh to like the older. But I personally, I'm like you. If I don't see the face, I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've seen also that sometimes in the fish markets, they're kind of like glossy. Like they have this shininess.
Yeah.
It's true?
A little bit.
Little bit?
Yeah.
If they're glossy, they're shiny.
Yeah.
They're kind of like more fresh.
And-
If they look more dull.
Yeah, it's like,
Like tilapia, dude, it looks like super dull.
Yeah.
That's why I would never find tilapia. A lot of people I hear say, oh, tilapia tastes like, it doesn't even taste fishy. Precisely. That's why you shouldn't eat it. Doesn't taste like anything, right?
Yeah.
High five. It doesn't taste like much.
you can tell like we're like Baja, right? We're like so fish stops are like tilapia, no gracias.
No gracias. All right,
All right.
so let's get down to the batter. We're gonna be doing a little bit of flour, all-purpose flour. This particular case is about half a cup or so. Here's your whisker. We're also gonna be adding some oregano to make it more aromatic. We need to have some herbs right here. A good sized pinch of oregano. Mexican oregano is good. Italian oregano is good. Matter of
Oh, you're right away, like you just get it. I love it. I love it.
good pinch of salt.
Good pinch.
Again, some crushed black pepper. This particular time, we're going to be adding a little bit of baking powder. The baking powder, guys, what makes it, so it makes it more airy. So basically makes it more fluffy. Also a nice good pinch of baking powder. And last but not least, as you whisk it, my dear friend, we're going to be adding the cerveza. What kind of cerveza, Toby?
Well, you really should use your favorite cerveza, but we all know that you've already drank it. So it's typically the cerveza that you have left.
And most of the time, that's the one you don't really like.
Yeah.
So
So we got this Chilango.
sick. This is a VN. This is something that our cameraman Febe would drink.
100%. 100%.
And we're going to be adding now, guys, the cerveza into the batter, into the mixture. And my friend Toby over here is going to make sure that it's nice and rich and well whisked. At the moment, it might feel a little
It's a little bit moss.
see?
A little bit moss. We're going for a good consistency, right? Like a
Right.
paper mache consistency.
Right. We don't want to have it so loose like a crepe batter. Neither does it have to be too rich like a pancake batter or a, serve like a carrot cake or
Just
something like
get the major lumps out in a good consistency.
no
right?
lumps, no lumps. Ideally, no lumps. A small other dash.
Just a little bit moss. There we go. And everyone thinks like this stuff, you get it in a restaurant, you go to these places and you think like they've slaved over the stove and they've done these things. This is really easy to do. As everyone's watching, this is such an easy way to do your fish. You can do it at home. Look at where we're at. We're just set up. We have a basic thing. I love it. This is a great way to enjoy your catch.
So guys, now we're gonna get down to the actual action, and we're going to start dipping our fish in our beer batter so we can get our oil ready. I would say probably up to the 450, 500s.
The only thing that we didn't show you is we took our fillet of cabrilla and we cut it across the grain.
Yes.
To give ourselves strips so that we could have strips so that we can make more than one. If it gets too big, then it tears up the tortilla.
Correct.
It makes it hard in terms of serving size. But you can cut it to, your preference. We cut it with like about 1.5 centimeters, like
Right.
cubed.
Yeah.
And that's what we want because that's the amount of bite that we want in our mouth.
Or if you do imperial system, a third of an inch.
Ah, look.
Yeah.
Yeah, for our American friends.
A third of an inch. The rest of the world, 1 centimeter. All right, guys. So we're down to the action. We're down to the frying aspect of it. This is, my friends, it can be very similar to fish and chips. If you ever have fish and chips. And we're going to get down to the action.
And we're just using a regular vegetable oil,
Today
correct?
we're using canola oil.
Canola.
Canola oil, 100% canola. By the way, for the people that don't know, there's a reason why they call it canola, because the original name is not so proper. It's R-A-P-E, seed,
Yes.
and it's more commercial effective to call it canola.
In this day and age.
Exactly. So again, we're going to be using some canola oil. and we're just going to
We're going for a golden brown.
golden brown. You don't want to do too much. You don't want to do too little. Basically, it should be nice and coated with the batter, but it doesn't have to look like orange chicken from your favorite Chinese joint, that it's a little piece of chicken and mostly batter. It's got to be...
The main event is the fish.
Indeed.
As meager as it was today, the main event is the fish.
Main event is the fish, indeed.
Now, if you want to learn more about cooking, especially Baja-style or especially like the region, and you come to Cabo San Lucas, Cook with me, Cabo Cooking.
Yep.
Wonderful class. My family and I do it all the time. Russell and his family do it all the time. All my friends, we bring everyone here. This is like one of our favorite things to do because one, we learn about Cabo, we learn about Cabo culture, Baja culture, and then you can put these things into practice in your own home, and you can bring Cabo home to you.
That's exactly
and relive those favorite memories that you had while here fishing with us or whoever you fished with, and the deliciousness of what's going to happen in the rest of your life. Perfection.
By the way, guys, I don't fry the whole thing at once. Why? Because we always have to rectify the salt, make sure we have the right amount of salt, and me and Toby are going to try this bad boy together, let it cool off for a sec, but we're going to be trying this bad boy together. And if it's good to go, if it has the right amount of salt, then my friends will be continuing to fry the rest of our pieces that we have right here. But always, when you are at home, make sure you have the right amount of saltiness.
I'm satisfied with this deliciousness, or delicioso.
Delicioso.
Yeah, and I'm just to make sure I'm going to eat the rest of it, just to be safe.
So we'll go ahead and fry the whole thing at once, because we both chefs in the house.
Only one classically trained.
We both agreed.
I'm backyard trained, like a dog.
We have to fry these bad boys so we can present them in a proper taco.
And I'm going to wash that down with some Don Radia mezcal, also from Mercabo.
That's right.
And as always, I want to give a shout out to your dad.
Rest your soul.
And when we first got here to Cabo, the Radia family just treated us with so much love and like welcomed us in literally into their home over the holidays.
Yep.
To have a meal with them. And his dad, before his passing, was just a wonderful guy and always took time to say hi to me and like wish me well and ask me about things and offer advice if I asked him for it, which I did. And so I respected him greatly. And we always drink to his memory and we keep his memory alive with Don Radia.
Muchas gracias. That's right. I mean, that's how we got it going, right? I mean,
Yep.
It was over a holiday, though, like
It sure was.
a few years ago.
Yeah.
And Toby and his family came once for a class. They liked it. I didn't really know he was an actual a native, you know, like he lived here.
I'm not native.
I mean, a local. That's what I'm trying to say. Close to a native.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a local, and he came in. We did the class. He really liked the idea, genuine. I mean, nothing was, kind of like a theater play. Everything was just genuine. Welcoming him into our house. We went through the steps, and at the end, he shared that he actually owned a fishing fleet company. This, and that. And we were like, oh my stars. I mean, we didn't really have it in the books, like it was just natural. And we got it going from there. We kick off on the right foot. And since then, he started referring me people. I try to refer him business every now and then.
Yeah.
I've been to one of his personal boat. He has allowed me to use it once or twice before to go watch the whales.
Absolutely.
To go watch the sunset, to see the arch. And I recommend you guys strongly to check him out, check his business, check his company. If you guys are willing to do any of the events that are related to water, seafood, fishing, and all that stuff, right? I think we're saying goodbye to the whales right now, right?
We are. They have headed north for the summer months. I also want to say, like, in the pan, we didn't put a ton of oil.
Shallow.
Very shallow fry. One, for safety, and two, for the accentuation of the cooking.
Correct. You don't need to use, to do frying, you don't need to deep fry everything. Like Toby said, you will be maybe risking yourself, but also you will be doing kind of a bit of a waste. Guys, our fish strips are pretty much done. And now we're going to be putting this taco together, if you allow me.
Welcome back. We are still at Cabo, and we are doing the Cabo Fishing Podcast and Cooking Cabo's YouTube launch. We've just prepared and cooked some beautiful cabrilla and made the slaw and everything. Now we're getting ready to assemble. Izzy, take it away.
Thank you, sir. So to top this off, we're going to be trying today a bite-sized, almost like a canapé, as the French say, a bite-sized taco. Okay, we're not going to be needing too much for this, maybe a strip or so of the fish. Flour tortilla today, guys. Why flour tortilla? Because traditionally the cholleros, the locals from Cabo area, do like to eat a lot of flour tortillas. And we're going to be adding a little bit of slaw on top. And
look at the vibrancy.
A little more on this side. Totally optional, but we both like spice. As you guys might have heard before me saying chili is good for memory. You eat it right now, you remember later.
I see what you did there.
And then we're going to be getting ourselves our taquito, my friends, and we're going to say taco cheers.
Taco cheers. Provecho.
Provecho, mi amigo.
Oh, warm.
Finger guns.
Delicious. Delicioso. The crispness of... Love it.
You can taste a little bit of the oregano, so it tastes a little bit like herbs. The crunchiness, that's given by the baking powder. A little bit of sweetness from the slaw. And don't forget the spiciness from the salsa.
So that's everything from Izzy and I today. Tune in to Izzy's new YouTube channel, Cooking Cabo. Also find it on the socials. Thank you for joining us on the Cabo Fishing Podcast. It's so good. We have to sign off because we have a lot more to eat. So thank you for taking the time to learn about another way that you can prepare your food and to prepare yourself to learn a ton more from my brother, Izzy.
Thank you, Toby. Please subscribe. Press the subscribe button down below. Leave us your comment. What else you want us to try doing together? We like to do seafood-based menus on this very podcast, the Cabo Fishing Podcast. We try to give you guys authentic stuff. And again, follow us on social media, TikTok, YouTube, TripAdvisor, as well as Facebook and Instagram. Thank you, guys. Until the next time.
Absolutely send in your recipes.